We are continuing with transition elements. Now we come to the chemical properties of transition element. Question is discuss chemical properties of transition elements. Answer is transition element, they form oxides, halides and sulfides on reacting with oxygen, halogens and sulfur. So first of all we'll take oxides. All the transition elements, they are highly electropositive metals, so they react with oxygen directly or indirectly and produce number of oxides. These oxides, they are of three types. Number one is basic oxides. These oxides are produced by transition elements in lower oxidation state. So in these oxides they are losing 2 electrons, and these oxides, they will be basic in character like MnO. They are generally monoxides which are having excess of electron. After losing 2 electrons, they still have 2, 3, 4 electrons. That's why they can easily lose those electrons, and they are basic in character. Then we have second oxide, they are acidic oxides. These are the oxides of transition metals in higher oxidation state where they have lost 5 electron or more than that, 7 electron, Mn2O7, Cr2O7. These are the heptaoxides where central metal atom that becomes highly electron deficient and will always remain in the search of electron. That's why these oxides are acidic in nature. Then we have amphoteric oxides. Amphoteric oxides are those oxides which are neither formed in the higher oxidation state by the transition metal atoms, nor they are formed in the lower oxidation state, but they are formed in the intermediate oxidation state. Generally they are trioxides, M2O3, sesquio oxides. So these are the amphoteric. They have the electron, they can donate those electrons, they can also accept the electron. That's why they have both characteristics. Then we have second property of transition element, that is halides. All the transition elements, they react with halogens. The order of reactivity of halogen is as follows. Chlorine is highly reactive due to its high electronegativity and small size. Chlorine is the second most reactive halogen towards transition metals. Third is bromine, fourth is iodine, and they form the halides of formula Mx3 type. Since their common oxidation state is +3, that's why they generally form the oxide halides of formula Mx3 type, or Mx2 type. The halides of copper and zinc, they exist as polymeric halides. They are different chains, they are held together by weak van der Waals forces, just like this. First of all, they form a linear chain, and these chains, they are then held together by weak van der Waals forces. This will go on. So they are forming the van der Waals forces among different polymeric chains. That's why they are existing as solids. Similar is the character of zinc halides. And after doing halides, we have sulfides. Since sulfur is a very weak oxidizing agent, so it does not react directly with the transition metal, but it reacts indirectly. When H2S gas is passed through the aqueous solution of transition metal ions, then sulfur in the form of sulfide ions combines with the metal ions and producing number of sulfides. These sulfides are zinc sulfide, it is grey colored. We are having colors MnS, it is skin colored. NIS, it is black. Cu2S, it is also black in color. So all the sulfide, they are having different color. The different colors are associated with the DD transition. We have already studied that. So this was regarding the properties of transition elements, the chemical properties of transition elements. Now we come to the difference between transition elements and S block elements. How do transition elements they differ from S and P block element? P block generally are non-metal, so we will be comparing mainly transition elements with S block. Compare transition elements with S block elements. So first of all, in transition element it is N minus 1D subcell which is progressively filled during formation of during their electronic configuration determination. Then in the S block element it is the valence S subcell which is filled progressively. Then they are less metallic in character. Transition elements are not so good metallic, they are less metallic as compared to S and P block element, they are more metallic. They are less electropositive due to high ionization energy. They are more electropositive since they have larger sizes and less ionization energy. Their compounds are colored. They form colored compounds. They form colorless compound. Because there is no DD transition, there are no d orbitals. So how their compounds can be colored? They form complexes. They have less tendency to form complexes. Only small sized ions can form complexes like lithium and magnesium forms complex in the chlorophyll. So they generally used as catalyst. They are not so they don't have the much use as a catalyst. Then we have another important question: why melting point of ferrous is more than copper? The reason for this is ferrous has more number of unbalanced electron. It has 5 to 7 valence electrons. That's why it has strong metallic bonding and is capable of forming more covalent bond among its metallic atoms. But in case of the copper, the unpaired electron or valence electrons are less for which are available for covalent bonding and metallic bonding. Therefore, metallic bonding and covalent bonding is seen weaker in case of the copper. That's why the melting point of iron is more than that of melting point of copper. Then what are the give medicinal use of KMnO4? KMnO4 is used to cover the wounds, the small boils occurring on our skin. When they are wrapped with KMnO4, they get filled up, so they get healed up. And similarly, KMnO4 is used in the sore throat for gargling purposes. As a laboratory reagent, it is also used. Then we have the next question, what is photography? Photography is actually the phenomenon of taking the exact impression of the object on an art paper. Art paper is actually celluloid film coated with the AgCl or AgBr. Through a photochemical reaction, this impression of the object is taken on the art paper. This phenomenon is called as you can call photography. And later on, this exact impression is developed in the lab with the help of HIFO solution to get clear picture. Then we come to the next question. How will you calculate the equivalent weight of KMnO4 in different media, in aqueous medium, in neutral medium, as well as in the basic medium? This is very important question. So because it is so many time asked why KMnO4 has different equivalent weights in acidic, basic and neutral medium. So we will calculate that. Question is why KMnO4 has different equivalent weights in acidic, basic and neutral medium. Now, what is the definition of equivalent weight? It is the number of parts by weight of which a substance can react with or can combine with 8 parts by weight of oxygen, 35.5 parts by weight of chlorine, and you can say the 1 part by weight of hydrogen. So that weight of the compound which combines with 8 parts by weight of oxygen, 35.5 parts by weight of oxygen by weight of chlorine, and 8 parts by weight of oxygen, 35.5 parts by weight of chlorine, and 1 part by weight of hydrogen. So that weight is called as equivalent weight of that acid or base. Now we will be calculating it in different mediums. For example, equivalent weight of KMnO4 in acidic medium. In acidic medium, KMnO4 reacts with sulfuric acid to produce K2SO4, 2MnSO4, 3 water, and 5 nascent oxygens are produced. So 5 nascent oxygen, our definition is 8 parts of oxygen should be produced. So we will be saying 80 gram of oxygen produced by 2 molecules of KMnO4. 2 into 158 is the atomic weight. The molecular weight of KMnO4, 1 part will be produced by 2 into 158 and 8 parts will be produced by, so this will be 31.6 gram. So equivalent weight of KMnO4 in the acidic medium is 31.6 grams. Now we come to the calculation of equivalent weight in the basic medium and in the neutral medium. So in basic medium, how KMnO4 reacts, let us see. 2 KMnO4 combines with 2 KOH, producing 2 K2MnO4 plus water, and it produces 1 nascent oxygen in the basic medium. So our definition is 8 parts. So now we say we are having 16 gram of oxygen produced by 2 into 158. 1 gram is produced by and 8 gram will be produced by. So it is 158 gram. This is reaction in the basic medium. Then we have third reaction in neutral medium. Either we had acid or base during this judgment. 2KMnO4 combines with one water molecule here, giving you 2KOH plus MnO2, and here it produces 3 nascent oxygens. So in the neutral medium it is producing 3 nascent oxygens along with 2 MnO2 and 2 KOH. Now again we follow the definition that 48 grams of oxygen is produced by 2 into KMnO4 158. 1 will be 48 and 8 gram will be produced by. So this will be coming out 52.6 gram. So we have calculated the equivalent weight of KMnO4 in acidic medium where it is 31.6. In the basic medium it comes out to be 158, and in the neutral medium it comes out to be 52.6 gram, 67 gram. So these are the equivalent weights of KMnO4 in different medium, acidic, basic or neutral medium. In the next lecture we will be taking inner transition element.